Today I want to tackle zombies and survival, if, the zombie apocalypse were by some weird-ass chance to happen. What's your plan? What do you plan to do? Sure, you can stock up on guns and ammo, and make sure that, you can fight this, try and win it. What if it don't work? I am a very avid Romero fan. I love zombies. I love the movies. I love the theory. What if the movies are wrong? What if everything we know that they've shown us in the movies about shooting them in the head kills them? What if that don't work? So, you've stocked up on guns, ammo. Well, now you have a ton of useless shit. You could have used all that room to stock up on food and water instead. I pray to God personally, one, that taking their head does kill them and put them back down. If it don't, your best options are not guns and ammo, because you can waste all your ammo trying to blow them into tiny little pieces. And for what? When you're out of ammo, someone to come along and try and take everything else you have, and you have no way to defend yourself. You want to stock up on a lot of food and water and make sure that wherever you're hiding at basically is going to be safe and secure. Nothing can get in. My personal stance on this is don't let anybody into your group that, you for the most part don't personally know. If they seem like they give you a funny feeling, don't go for it. Me personally, if I see somebody coming along and they look a little nervous and twitchy to me, I just soon shoot you than let you be part of my group. But that's just, me, and I'm a very paranoid person. Get a really sharp machete or sword, something that is actually battle ready, not that fake battle ready that they tell you on the sites just to get you to buy it. So that way, you can think that you're all awesome because you have a cool, real sword. It's not real. The first time you actually hit a couple things with it, the damn thing's going to break. And on top of that, you want something that, is lightweight, that you can swing quickly and maneuver with, not something that's going to weigh you down. You don't want a battle axe or a big-ass broadsword, because it ain't going to do you a damn bit of good. If you're going to load up with a gun and lots of ammunition, don't be, one of these people that think you're all hardcore and go for, the biggest, baddest machine gun out there. Seriously? Get a .22, because it's lightweight and can hold a lot of ammo if you have the right clips for it. The ammo itself, small, tiny little bullets. They're really lightweight. And yes, one of them can pierce the skull and hit the brain just in case the shit does work. You don't want to waste your time with big guns just because, you think a bigger gun is going to help you overcompensate. It's useless to carry big-ass weapons. Get a small, little tiny handgun that has enough power to break the skull on one shot. That's if shooting them in the head will work. If it don't, the best you can actually probably do on that without getting caught in a big-ass swarm of them is basically cut off their arms, their legs, and their head. That is the important part, is making sure the arms and the head at least aren't attached, because then, they can't grab and claw and bite at you because their arms and head, just laying on the fucking ground. Seriously, stock up on food and water if the shit is actually gonna happen. Personally, I like to think of the apocalypse like everything else in Hollywood. It's just a glorified fucking movie seller, and shit ain't gonna really happen. Unfortunately, everything does come to an end. Nobody actually really knows when. Everything that's been predicted has been proven time and time again to be wrong, especially with all these fake prophet people coming out of nowhere talking about impending apocalypses, whatever. Personally, if there is an apocalypse, I wouldn't mind it being a zombie one. And if the headshot thing does work, I know plenty of people I'd love to see get eaten. But I've also got some issues in my head that I actually need to work out, so I don't see that happening. But, hey, I can always glorify everybody in the books that I'm trying to write. In a zombie apocalypse, there are no heroes. There's no for sure way to win. Everybody says, oh, I'll get a boat. Go out on the ocean. Zombies can't go out there. Read Brian King's Sea of the Dead. Dead Sea. Whatever. Read that book. After so long, the virus actually spreads to the animals and to the ocean life. Jesus Christ, there's a killer whale in the damn thing that turns into a zombie near the end. And then, birds. How the hell are you going to hide from a bird unless you're inside somewhere? Stationing yourself out on the ocean isn't going to do you a damn bit of good because the water is going to be contaminated. Sure, you can, bring the water up onto the ship and boil it to try and separate the salt to try and make it safe. What if that doesn't get rid of the infection that's in the water? What if it doesn't neutralize it? Are you really willing to risk that, especially if you have, friends and loved ones? Let's say you have children with you that are your kids. Are you really gonna risk letting them drink water from the ocean where there are billions of dead things? God only knows how many people fell into the water bleeding and dying as it is. A little bit. You know what? A little bit of that infection is all it could take to kill everybody. That's it. But also think about this. What if the shit hits and it's airborne? What if the minute somebody pops one of these things off or sets the damn thing on fire, boom, it's airborne. Everybody's like, oh yeah, we put the zombie down. Burn them. What if that shit spreads into the atmosphere? Watch the Return of the Living Dead movies. In the first one, they tried cremating it. Okay, they cremate the one undead corpse that came back. Hitting it in the brain didn't work. Well, they cut it up into pieces. It was still twitching and moving and fucking, you could hear it growling in the plastic bags. Well, what do you do then? They decide to cremate it over at a crematorium. What happens? All the smoke goes up into the atmosphere, causing a rain cloud. What that does is bring everything down and basically brings all the dead people that are buried in the ground back up. Well, thank God we put them 6 to 12 feet under inside a coffin in a stone box. Man, I don't care if you're Superman. That shit is going to be hard to push off and get the hell out of there. So, the ones that are already pre-buried, unless they're still laying in the morgue, I'm not too worried about the ones that are already in the ground. People that are pre-cremated, not too worried about that either. Because their ashes ain't going to come back and try and eat your face. The biggest worry and biggest fear I have is coming across family members that didn't make it. Because whether the shot to the head works or not, that's going to be pretty traumatic, and I don't know if I would actually be able to pull the trigger. I don't know if I'd be able to do anything but just fucking stand there in shock at what I see. A lot of people say, oh yeah, I have the balls to do it. Well, if that be the case, then you don't love your family regardless of what they become. Personally, my biggest fear was coming, with that happening was being, my father passed away in October. He was cremated, but, had he not been, and the zombies did come out of the ground, if I came across him, I'd be terrified. I wouldn't know what to think or how to act. That man meant everything to me. I wouldn't be able to destroy him again. It was hard enough letting go the first time. Seriously. You say you have what it takes to kill any zombie, then you're heartless and deserve to be alone forever. Especially when it comes to children or your family. Could I do it? Yeah, probably. I'd hate myself forever though. Or for as long as I managed to survive. Nothing would ever be the same. Eventually, the only thing you're fighting for is to make sure you wake up the next morning and not be dead yourself. There won't be a cure. There will be no way to come back around from it. In the end, everything's just fucked. If it does happen, I know several people have told me that actually know me, they're going to come and find me and try and fight it out and wait it out with me. Well, anybody that actually knows me that sees this, you're more than welcome to do that. I can't promise that you're gonna, survive. And I can't promise what kind of person I will end up becoming, because I'm not gonna be a nice person. People said they look up to me for leadership. Alright, yeah, I'll be a leader. But, you didn't do what I said, your ass would be out. If you wouldn't leave willingly, you'd be forced out. It wouldn't be a joking matter at all. I would probably have no sense of humor left. But hey, they're just movies and books. It's just a theory, right? Very few of us actually ever dream of a zombie apocalypse happening. But if it does, nobody will be prepared. You cannot be 100% prepared. Physically, supplies, anything you need, sure, you could have all that ready. Mentally, not going to be ready for that shit. Nobody is. That's going to be like setting off a bomb in a small enclosed area. It's going to stun you and fuck you up for quite a while. So, if it does happen, make sure you're somewhere safe for as long as you possibly can be. Don't let too many people in. Be safe no matter what you do. And, well, good luck to you. Hopefully everything pulls itself out in the end if it really does ever happen.